You guys know why you're here. I know why you're here. You guys want to make smooth coasters in Theme Park Tycoon 2, and I'm going to show you just how. Before you do anything, you're going to need to find a coaster, and there's a lot right now. In my opinion, the multi-launch coaster is the best for beginners because, first of all, you don't need that big of an achievement to unlock it, and it is also one of the best coasters in the game just by smoothness and just how good it is in general and how realistic it is. But other coasters I would recommend is the vertical launch coaster is very smooth. Single rail is smooth and it's really easy to build as well because it's only one rail. Launch spinning coaster is relatively the same track as the multi-launch coaster. It's just spinning. And the hybrid coaster is kind of smooth, but it's not the best. I'm going to use the multi-launch coaster because I'm the most experienced with it, and I just really like building it. If you're used to building with Basic Editor, you're never going to make a smooth coaster. Even if you try as hard as possible and you're like the best Basic Editor player in the game, which I don't even think that there is one, you're never going to be able to make a smooth coaster using Basic Editor because it's just so straightforward and janky. You do have these special pieces, but still, they're not the best because they're made by Dennis, and Dennis is not the best coaster builder in the game. To use Advanced Editor, it's really not that big of a deal. There's a couple of different rotations that you can use, and if you've ever used Roblox Studio before, you will understand what to do because this is relatively like the same layout you'd have in Roblox Studio when you're rotating an object. This green rotation circle, I don't know what you call it, I was going to call it the rotation circles, makes the coaster track move on a x-axis. The red one makes the coaster track move on a y-axis, up and down, and you can also combine these together to make something like that. Click this button to reset the node, which means it resets the track piece. This blue one sets the banking. So if you want to bank the coaster to the right, then you'd rotate this a little to the right. Now, the harder the turn you have, the more bank you're going to have. So, say you're going like 40 miles per hour, you're going to want to bank around this much for it to be realistic. First thing you want to do when you're making a smooth coaster is click this little star in the corner here. This is the latest update, or actually not the latest, the second latest update in the game, which allows you to change the rolling smoothness, I think. It says roll smoothing, but that's how much it smooths and rolls. So originally you had linear roll smoothing, which was really bad because it would leave these lines. Here, let me give an example. So it makes these really rigid like turns or like like switch ups in the track. So to get away with that, you change this from linear and change it to smooth continuous, so it's as smooth as it can be, and now it's smooth into that turn. Pivot offset basically offsets the center rotation off by a certain amount, so you would have this pulled up. As you can see, this goes up, and it kind of makes the offset more, realistic. Oops. Kind of makes the offset more realistic by having the turns in more, like it goes inside, so it can have a hard line on the coaster, which is a realistic kind of turn. If there's no hard line, then your coaster will not be smooth. But having a pivot offset above 3 and below like 4.2 would make it more realistic for your coaster and a lot smoother. Now, just for this example, I'm going to make a launch because I'm not really good at making drops. That's like the one disadvantage I have on making coasters because my drops are not the smoothest. If I was on the roller coaster and there was a turn that went like this, really short, and I was going this fast. Now imagine how fast it's going to go because look how many boosters there are. It's going to be really snappy. So you're going to kind of line it out and kind of have that curve. If you also look at this, you're going to get a lot of lateral forces. Now, if you don't know what lateral forces are on a roller coaster, it basically means you're being pushed to like a side of the coaster. The track piece takes a second to actually get to the banking point. it doesn't just bank immediately and go. You're going to have to use this, which you turn it off sometimes. So you have your bank and your turn. You can move it back a little bit to give it some time to go straight and turn before it actually goes into the bank. It would gain a lot of lateral G-forces, which would really be uncomfortable to the rider if it was real life. And if you want to make smooth coasters, you're going to have to base this off real life circumstances. Now, say we put all this together and we use the auto smoothing off and we build a piece of track, and then we'll have it go upside down right here. Maverick at Cedar Point in Ohio. You have a Stangle dive, which goes up. It puts a lot of positive and lots of lateral G-force by snapping really hard in an overbanked turn and then snapping right back to 0 degrees. We're going to have another one sitting right here. So it goes up, and you could see how it snaps immediately up. And this is also the power of the pivot offset, because if I didn't have the pivot offset, it would look like this. It helps so much with turns and inversions even. We'll make a double snap. And then for the finale, we're going to have it launch off into space. I'm going to stop wasting your time, and I'm going to show you the finished product. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed even, because this is my first ever video and I don't really edit much, so I'm not sure how that'll turn out, but I hope it's good because I'm recording this before I edited the actual video. But I just wanted to give a heads up, this is my first video. I do have a Discord, and I do have a Roblox group. If you guys would like to join that, it's in the description, hopefully, if I remembered. And it's also on the channel page. I just want to thank you guys again for watching this video, and I really hope this helped you out in some way. But if it didn't, there's a bunch of other videos out there, I bet, that you could watch that are much more helpful than mine, because I'm really not the best tutorial person. I don't know what you call that. Teacher. There you go. That's the word. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it comes out later this week. And maybe I'll even stream. So I will see you guys later, and I am in the butt of this car. Anyway, goodbye, and until next time. What should be my phrase? What should be my phrase? Tell me in the comments, because I have no clue. Anyway, see you guys later. Have a good one.